Hey guys, Miles here with Custom Checkout Extensions. I'm going to show you today how to set up the app on your checkout page. Just to know, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to support at customcheckoutextensions.com, and I'll link that below in the video. Also, the app has a 30-day free trial, so I really want to emphasize that you should play around and see what you can do in the app. So going with it, this is essentially kind of the mock-up that I have built, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up using the app with a promotion, with some add-ons, with some trust badges, testimonials, etc. So what you're going to do, the first thing we're going to go over is installing the app. So when you go to your store, you have to have Shopify Plus in order to do this, but you're essentially going to go to the settings page, and the app's going to be over here, but that's not actually where we're going to use it. I'll include installation instructions in here as well, some of what I'm going over the video, but you're actually going to use the app on the actual checkout page. So when you go here, you're essentially going to go to checkout, and then I already have one here, so I'm going to go to this one though, and I'm going to hit customize, right? So I'm going to hit customize here, or I could do that one. And then I get to a page that looks like this, and this is essentially how you set up your app. So if you've never used checkout extensibility before, essentially what it is you just go here, you say add app block, and then you pick whatever app you're working with. So this one's going to be custom checkout extensions. And then you can basically place it wherever you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it. I'm going to first delete all these just so you can see. So we're going to remove a lot of these right now just so we can start fresh and you can see exactly how it looks like from scratch. Let's see here. All right, you can see I have multiple iterations of them that I'm deleting, and the benefit of checkout extensibility is that you can make customizations essentially in many different places on this page. So we're going to basically put most of the customizations right here. So I'm going to drag this down right below the subtotal. And you can see here as I go down, top divider, so that's just a true or false. You'll see that light gray line there. So that essentially just either turns on or off. Heading title. So if I want to put something like, I guess if I'm following this example, so I'll put this over here. Let's say I do some kind of heading title like, I'm sorry. If I do some kind of heading title like, let's say snowboards, and then I want to center it. So that's my heading title. To center, I just type the word center. It's that easy. If I want to go to the end, I type the word end here. Oops. And if I want it to start at the beginning, I don't know why my mouse is doing this. If I want it to start at the beginning, I do that. Image URLs, super easy. So let's change this to center just for the moment. I'm not sure why my computer's doing that. Image URLs. So on Shopify, you have under content, you have this section here called files. And really all you're going to do is going to copy one of these pictures. So let's say I go down to like one of these, and I'm just copying that URL. So you have to upload the picture to Shopify first, and you'll get a URL. You're going here, and you're literally just pasting it right in there, and it's going to populate the image right there. It says here you can include images here. If you use multiple images, separate the URLs with a comma. So essentially all you're going to do is put a comma and then put the next image. In this case, it's the same one. So if I grab a different one, let's say I'm grabbing something like that, I'll put it there. Let me replace it, and bam, second image. Let's say I wanted to do a third image. I can do a third. Ideally, they're all the same size when you're customizing this, but the benefit of this is you can use whatever image you want. Everything's custom. For the multi-line text field, that falls right below. I can put snowboards are awesome, let's say, and I'm just going to type a bunch of gibberish in here just to get something there. you'll notice that if I don't include any image URLs, you don't have to fill in any of these fields if you don't want to. You could just fill in one. So if I delete this, I'm actually not showing this. Same thing with the title. If I delete the title, I'm not showing the title. So the benefit is that you can basically choose which of these you want and just fill in the text. So on here, multi-line text, I'm putting this. Now you'll notice it's going now to the same line. If I want to go to a new line, you'll see it says I have to do the ampersand characters 3 times. So I'm basically just doing after that 1, 2, 3. And then if I type right after that, it's going to a brand new line. So the example here is like if I did contact info, and then I want to go to the new line, I do ampersand, 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 and then I do info@example.com. So that's essentially how that works. Again, you can use this multi-text alignment field to do the same thing that we did above. You can do start, you can do center, or you can do end. All those are available. Image and text. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the files here. We're going to grab a picture and we're going to paste it in. And you're going to use the same technique with the ampersand. So I'm going to paste it, and then I'm going to do ampersand, 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 and then any text that I write is going to show up right there. And then you can use this field is basically the opposite. So this is image text. So I have an image on the left and text on the right. This one is if I have text and then I want to do an image, I would use ampersand, 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 paste the image. Now it's on the right. And then in order to align this text, I'm using this image text alignment field. So if I do center, I can center it. If I want to do N, I can do N. It's really up to your choosing. So that's for those. Product upsell, I'm going to show up here because I prefer to do those up there. So I'm going to add another app block. And I'm going to bring this right underneath items in cart. So it's basically, it should be right around here. Perfect. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scroll down here to product upsell, and I'm going to say customers like you also liked. And then super easy. I'm just going to go to Shopify and I'm going to go to my products. And then I'm going to go over here. So let's say I'm looking at the complete snowboard, let's say. And you'll notice on this page, if you go to the top, you'll see a URL that's your Shopify URL, but then you're going to see at the end it says /product/ and this number. And this number is what we care about. So if I want to do an upsell for this product, I'm essentially just copying that, going here, pressing paste, and now I got the upsell. Let's say I want to do a different product. Super easy. Just going back, I'm going to go to a different product now. Let's say this one. Again, I'm going to copy and paste that number that comes after product /. And then if I want to include more than one, I'm just including a comma. So comma, and then I'm going to do another one. And, oh, it's not showing for some reason. I think that product is actually not available for some reason, or I might have already had it in the cart. So I'm going to do this one instead. So I'm going to copy, paste, and now I got 2. And you'll notice, which I'll go in after, but when I save this page, when I press add, it will actually add this to the cart, and then this will go away. So I'm going to hit save here. And then this bottom divider, essentially just, it's the same thing as the top one. It just puts a divider on the bottom. So that should be helpful for that. This rich text field is going to be the most complex. So I'm actually going to get rid of this bottom section here first to show you how that works so it's a more visible area. So essentially what this field allows you to do, and I'm going to move this over here. So essentially in that rich text editor field, you're going to enter something that looks like this. And I'm going to copy and paste this below and explain what this is. But essentially this allows you to do specific kinds of text, or if you want to do links, or if you want to do a bulleted list, or if you wanted to do a number. So The format with this is essentially it's an opening bracket, and then you're going to put a kind of an open curly brace parentheses, and you're going to follow this format. And realistically, you're just going to copy and paste this, and then you're going to fill in the values. And then there'll be a comma between each one of these curly brace objects. So if I wanted to do a button, let's say, I would basically copy this whole thing, right? And when I go here, I'm going to go down to Rich Text Editor. I'm going to paste it. And you'll notice I have everything. So starting from the top, I have this type text field. So this type text field is essentially just like normal text. I can center alignment by changing this text alignment value. So I can do start, I can do end. So that works like that. So I'm going to leave this as center. And then I also have now this text size field that I can do. So I put on here a lot of the different values that you can use. It's actually at the bottom. So there's extra small, small, base, large, extra large. So basically you can control the font size if you wanted to. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to put, let's say, small. So I just made it small, and then this is my value. So if I wanted to put something legible, I'd say snowboards are awesome, let's say. All right, bold. Now the bold doesn't actually show bold on here, but when you go to the actual checkout page, if you noticed on here, well, it actually won't show on here now because I haven't published this yet. But I can show that later. This will end up showing bold on that page. It's just not showing bold now because I don't know why Shopify's UI is not showing it. Italic, it's the same format. You have a type, so italic, center, text alignment. I can do start here if I wanted to. So I could do start. I could do end, and you'll notice it's changing. Text size, same thing. And again, I'm going to document this really well for you guys so you guys aren't as confused as far as what values you can put where. And then whatever value you want to put in that field. In terms of the link, it just follows this format. Type link, URL, whatever URL you want. In this case, it's Google. And the value is whatever you want that URL to say. So in this case, I have Google. When I click on it, it will open a new tab for Google. List, it's essentially this format, and then it uses that ampersand, ampersand, ampersand kind of format to essentially separate the different list items. So you have availability with that. And then this button here, you just have the button. Primary is one kind for the color. You also have, if you look here, you can do primary or you can do secondary. So if I go here, and right now it's primary, so this is taking directly from your Shopify design settings. If I hit secondary there, now it's going to like this white background. And it's somewhere in here. I believe it's in there where you're setting those settings. Again, URL, you're just putting whatever URL you want to go to when you click this button. And then you're putting a value. So if I put Google website, I can go there and click and it will open up Google's website. Now here's where it's cool. So let's say I wanted to make a button and I just wanted a button. I didn't want all this stuff. I can delete everything else from here. I don't care about it. And now I'll only have the button. So it really gives you a lot of flexibility in doing different things. If I wanted to add another item, I would basically keep this format. I would hit a comma, enter, and then I'd basically go and select what I wanted to add. Maybe I want to add another button. So I copy that format, I go back, and I paste it. You make sure that there's only one comma between each one and that there's no comma at the end for the last one. And now I have two buttons. And what's really cool about this is like on here, I showed you guys, I guess I showed it on the App Store page, that essentially you can do a contact support now. So you can basically put whatever link you want here, click it, and it will go directly to a support page that you have on your side. And then customers can contact you this way. So going through this, essentially running through the features, this is just an image. So this image is actually just using this image URL spot there. So I just made the image and then basically just copy and pasted the URL. In terms of the place here with the text, I have bold text there. That's just my headline. So if I go here, that's just using the headline title. And then I have that multi-text field. Going here, the upsells I just showed you guys. Again, like you can add it, you just click it, add it, it gets added to their cart. And then moving down with the images, these are just 3 separate images, again, using that image field. And then this is the image text field. So I'm basically just using right here, image text. And then down here, I'm using custom text, and then I'm putting a button there. And that's basically how you set it up. And then once you're done, you can hit save. If this is the main one, then it will show up automatically. If I go back here to exit and I go to publish on my copy, which will probably end up swapping them, that means that if I go to this checkout page now, so let's see. All right, so that's live now. So if I refresh this, this should change. And I should basically be left with the page that we just designed with the 2 buttons and any add-ons. If an add-on's already in someone's cart, it's not going to appear here. So that's why the other one didn't work before when we were testing it in the editor. But that's basically it. And then, yeah, that's it. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, just contact our support at customcheckoutextensions.com. And hope you enjoy the app. Bye.